This is our lesson 2 from Madina book 3. So first we will do the conversation and then we will go for the exercises, inshallah. So I'll be reading the conversation and explaining all the grammatical rules in each sentences if possible. But there are a lot of new words. I'll be giving you the meanings also. So let's see the conversation. Aina Hamidun. سيأتي بعد قليل. سيأتي here is حرف مضارع seen, that means he will be coming. يأتي comes from the verb أتى. يأتي comes from the verb أتى. أتى means he came, and this is the verb with a weak letter. And if you change this into مضارع, يأتي. يأتي. The alif makhsura changes to ya. سيأتي بعد قليل. It's an idafa construction with zarf, means after a while, inshallah. رأيته وهو يدخل الحمام. رأيته in itself is رأي is the fail. To here is the damir. Fail, file, and maful bihi. The last damir is the maful bihi. Now this in itself is a full jumla failure. First one, fail, file, and maful bihi. What do you see here? That file and maful bihi are in the damir damir position. Okay, they are all in damir. They are not in noun, but they are in damir. رأيته وهو يدخل. وهو here is not atf, it is changing. وهو يدخل means that at that moment when he saw Hamid, he was entering the bathroom or the washroom. The moment he was entering, at that moment he saw Hamid. Al-Mudarris wa aina Hamzatu. Now this Hamza, this waw is not waw al-haliya. This is atf. Wa aina Hamzatu. And where is Hamza? Kharaja min al-fasli wa huwa. Now while reading the sentence you will know that whether this waw is atf or for waw haliya. In this lesson, actually this lesson is based on the usage and the structure of the sentences with waw haliya. So you will be learning the usage of waw haliya in this lesson actually. Kharaja min al-fasli wa huwa yahmilu kutubuhu. He exited or left the class while holding. Yahmilu comes from hamala. Hamila or hamala means to hold. Yahmilu kutubuhu, his books. Adhunnu comes from dhanna. It's also a word, and sorry, it's also a verb. Dhanna, adhunnu, yadhunnu, tadhunnu, annahu, adhunnu. Now you should remember here adhunnu and an. Don't read this in. It's an. Why it is an? Because inna is always used when there is a verb qala. If there would have been here instead of adhunnu aqulu, aqulu, then here it would have been inna. But because there is no qala verb here used, only instead of qala here it is a dhanna, then with any other verb you are going to use anna. With any other verb you will use anna. But if there is aqulu or qala before qala, then after that you have to use inna. Inna comes with the verb qala, not dhanna or any other verb. This is a very important rule for using inna and anna. I will repeat, anna is used with any other verb, but inna will always and always will be used with the verb qala. Okay. أنه رجع إلى المحجع. I think that he returned to his hostel. رأيته وهو يدخل المستوصف. I saw him while, you can translate in English as while he entered the clinic. مستوصف clinic. لعله مريض. لعل is from sister Inna and it means perhaps, and it is also called in Arabic as at-tamanna, taraji. Okay, means you wish for. لعله مريض, perhaps he is sick. مدرس Shafahullahu. Shafahullahu is a dua, and here in this dua, this is like you say it in present tense, but the shafa, the fail is in past tense. You mean it in present tense, but the fail you are using here is a past tense. Shafahu Allahu. Fail, maf'ulun bihi and fa'il. Here the maf'ulun bihi is muqaddam. You will find lot of structure in Quran like this. Maf'ul bihi may come in between the fail and the fa'il. It is possible. Mata raja'tum min Makkata. Now Makkata will have a fatha. Why? Because it is the only country name. There are few country names they don't accept kasra, and one of the country name is Makkah. They won't accept lam at-tarif al, and they won't accept kasra. So min Makkata, it is in majroor case, and the harakat will be kasra muqaddara. Ya ikhwan, plural of akh. When did you return from Makkah, O brothers? Faisal said, Raja'na masa'a amsi. So masa'a amsi is in idafa construction of zarf, masa'a amsi, and ams is a mabni structure. It is also from zarf. Raja'na, and this is fail and fa'il. خرجنا فعل and فاعل نون الفاعلين من مكة والشمس تطلع. والشمس تطلع, this structure is waw al-haliya, means when did they exited Makkah? When the sun was rising. Maybe they left Makkah after Fajr prayers. وَوَصَلْنَا, now this waw is atf. وَصَلْنَا Taibata Tayyibata. Taibata Tayyibata is a name of a place. Before you enter the Madina or something, that is a place of Ihram, I think, but this is a name of a place. وَالنَّاسُ يَخْرُجُونَ. When did they arrive? Taibata Tayyibata. They arrived when they see while. وَالنَّاسُ يَخْرُجُونَ, while the people were leaving minal Masjid Nabawiyya. So it means this place is near Medina. They entered this place near Medina when they saw people exiting from the Masjid Nabawi. Ba'da Salati Dhuhr, so after the Zuhr prayers. So it is, I think, in the afternoon they reached this place near Medina. Al-Mudarris Taqabbalallahu Umaratakum. Taqabbala is from the four-letter verb, and it is a mazid fail, if you can remember from sarf lesson. Taqabbala means to accept. May Allah accept your umratakum, means umrah, your umrah. At-tullab Ameen. Ameen is from fail command. It is ism fa'il, and its structure is derived, or its letters are taken from the past tense, from the fail amr. and these are not fail, but they look like fail, and they are called ism afal. Ism, they are from the group ism afal. This is from fail amr, and it cannot change its structure. It will remain in this structure always. This is mabni. Al-Mudarris Iqra al-Hadith. This is command with sukoon on Hamza. Iqra al-Haditha. Al-Hadith is the hadith of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Al-Maktubun. Maktubun is from Masdar verbal noun written. That is written. Ala saburati, on the blackboard or the whiteboard. Ya Muawiyah. Muawiyah yaqifu wa yaqra means he stood up. Yaqifu from waqafa. Now these are the verbs which has a weak letter before it. You have done this in Sarf lesson, which has a weak letter before it. What happens? Usually they are 3-letter verbs, and when you change these verb into fail mudare, what happens? This weak letter is dropped and or deleted or removed, and what happens? Harf anaitu ya comes in. Ya qifu. Ya qifu. And what happens? They are originally from 3-letter verb, and after changing into fail mudare and getting a ya from the harf anaitu, what happened? They are still in 3-letter. So the number of letters don't change. They are still in 3 letters. That's why they are called the thulathiya. The thulathiya, verbs that has 3 letters even after they change to fail mudare. Then yaqra, yaqifu wa yaqra. Similarly, if you see qara'a, qara'a. Now this qara'a is 3-letter verb. Now when it is changed to the fail mudare, what happens? It gets a harf mudare, yaqra'u, right? Yaqra'u. What happens? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the verb. It was originally a 3-letter verb, but after changing to mudare, it got a letter is added and it became 4-letter verb. Okay, it's not like this one. This was originally 3-letter verb, and after changing into mudare, it still remained in 3 letters, and this changed to the addition of another letter. That means it became into 4-letter verb after changing to fail mudare. So they are called fail arba'i. Then Iqra, then Muawiyah says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-Mudarris, Iqra. This is also a command, and this is command for male singular. Wa anta jalisun. Wa anta jalisun is haliya. Means he said, you read while sitting. Muawiyah says, Uridu an aqra'a wa ana waqifun. So Uridu, what happens to this fail mudare? This fail comes from arada. The past tense is arada. This is raw, sorry. This is raw. Arada. And it comes from arada uridu. This weak letter alif, I told you in Sarf lessons that this weak letter alif is not an original letter. Either it may change to ya, or it may change to waw when you make it into mudare form. So here what happens? It has changed to ya. So uridu, this hamza is the harf mudare anaitu, from the harf mudare anaitu. Uridu means I want. Means I want. An, this is from the tools of nasb, and it makes this mudare, fail mudare, into nasb case. So you will read an أقرأ, not أقرأ, but أقرأ gives fatha to the last letter of this fi'l mudari. And this will remain in marfu case. Why? Because you don't see any tool of nas preceding it. وَأَنَا وَاقِفٌ, this is waw haliya, means he says, I want to read while I'm standing. And waqifun is from ismun fa'il, the one who is standing. Al-mudarris kama tasha. It means as you wish or as you like. Now Muawiyah says, An Jabirin, this is the hadith he's reading, which is written on the whiteboard. An Jabirin radiyallahu anhu qal. Jabir radiyallahu anhu is a Sahaba, and he said, Ataitu an-nabiyya means I went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa huwa fil masjidi. This is also waw haliya, while he was in the masjid. Faqal. What did he say? And this fa, you know, this is from the harf atfa, but it has meaning. Wow has meaning. Wow connects actually the sentences, but this fa is used when it want to show that an action has done immediately. The moment Jabir radiallahu anh entered the masjid and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw him, immediately he said, Salli raka'atayn, means the moment you enter the masjid and immediately when the Prophet said Salli raka'atayn, that means this is the rule or this is the sunnah that you have to pray 2 rak'ah tahiyatul masjid. So I think this hadith is for that only. Salli raka'atayn, this is in a dual case, raka'atayn 2 rak'ah. Muttafiqun alay. Muttafiqun alay means that it has been agreed upon among these scholars that this hadith is correct. Al-Mudarris says, Ashrahu lakum ad-darsa al-an. Ashrahu comes from sharaha, to explain. Ashrahu, this hamza is harf anaitu, from in fail mudare lakum. He will explain, like he says, I will explain this lesson for you now. Fa asma'u means now you listen. Now this is also a command. Fa asma'u means fa, immediately after he says that I will explain, immediately he says, he commands the students, now listen. And how many people he commanded? We see this waw al jama, so this is command for plural male. Wala taktubu. Now this is lam nahiya. Okay, negative lam. So this fail mudare will be in majzoom because lam nahiya falls under the tools of jazm. Taktubu, and this will be and taktubuna is this fail is from afalul khamsa. Why? Because the noon has been deleted, removed. Okay, so this is from the afalul khamsa, and your i'rab will be fail mudare majzumun wa alamatu jarrihi al حذف النون لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. شيئا لا تكتبوا شيئا, don't write anything. وأنا أشرح, now this is also waw haliya, while I am explaining. Now this teacher is saying don't write anything while I am explaining. تأتي الواو لمعان كثيرة. تأتي means the wow, this wow, he's talking or explaining the wow, the types of wows, how many types we use in Arabic language, he's explaining. Now this wow comes, tati means it comes, lima'anin means with the meaning, kathiratin is sifa for ma'anin, so you will put a kasratain over here, many meanings. Minha, among the meanings, minha al-atf. Atf, you know, the rules for atf, that any noun, like if I say mouse, mouse wa mausun wa mausun wa burtuqal, burtuqal, okay. So what will be the Arab of burtuqal? So any noun, the noun that is previously before the waw, the noun after the waw will also follow in Arab. It will also have a dammatain. This is the rule for waw atf, and this noun that comes after the waw is called ma'tuf. Ma'tuf. Okay, in Arabic you write ma'tuf. Okay, ma'tuf. So minha al-atf. Nah, example means example. Kharaja Zubairu wa Hamidun. Example, Zubairu wa Hamidun. Both are sharing the same haraka. Either it can be a single or tanween, no problem, but it should be the same haraka. Darasna al-yawma as-sira wal-fiqha. Fatha and fatha, because in between is atf, and both the nouns will follow the same haraka. Akaltu wa sharibtu, even if it is a fail, it will follow the same grammatical position. Akaltu wa sharibtu means fail and file, fail and file. So it will follow the same grammatical structure. Wa minha al-qasam. Now this is the second type of waw, and atf, this one, the atf was the first type of waw, qasam is the second type of waw. Nah, example. Now the teacher is giving the example. Wallahi ma ra'aytuhu. Wallahi. Now this waw is harf qasm, and when it comes, it gives noun a kasra. Ma ra'aytuhu, I didn't see him. Wow, wow al-qasmi. Now the teacher is explaining that this wow al-qasam is from min huruf al-jarri. That's why it gives noun a kasra. Wa minha al-hal. Now this is a third type of wow, means wow al-haliya, which explains the situation in which you are in. Nah, example, Ataitu an-nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wasallam wa huwa fil masjidi, while I came to the Prophet while he was in the masjid. Meaning, hala kaunihi fil masjid means the situation. Hal means the Prophet was in the masjid while he came into the Jabir radiallahu an, when he came into the masjid. Kaunihi means while he was in the masjid, while he was being in the masjid. Ra'aytu al-hasana wa huwa yakhruju min al-maqsif. Ra'aytu al-Hasana means I saw Hassan while he was leaving from where? From the maqsif means canteen. Meaning hala khurujihi means he was exiting from the canteen. Minhu. Wa ilaykum, and this fail, ilaykum is a fail. That means we will study in the exercises about this ilaykum. And it means, when it says wa ilaykum, it means that I have given you these examples. The meaning of this, or the structure, it is the structure in Arabic sentences, and but it means if you translate word by word, you may not get the exact meaning of the sentence, but you should, up until now, whatever you have done, you should learn the exact flow of Arabic sentences or the structure of Arabic sentences, and you should immediately understand, okay, yes, this is the meaning. But you shouldn't go word by word translating each word and putting it like an English language. So wa ilaykum amthilatan means I have given you all the examples, or I will give you an example, give you all an example. Ukhra means another. Now ukhra has two forms. Now this form Ukhra has two forms. It also has male and female forms. First one you have seen here is ukhra. Ukhra is a feminine form. Okay, why it has been used ukhra here? Because amsilatan is a feminine noun. That's why ukhra has been used. And how do you know that it is a feminine noun? Why do you know it's feminine? Because of the alif makhsura. We know that there are three signs in recognizing that it is feminine. The word is feminine by ta marbuta, alif mamduda. For example, for this example, I'll give you al asma'a, as-sama, as-sama'a, as-sama'u. So in the last, when you see these two letters, this shows that this noun is feminine. So this is called alif mamduda. And another sign is alif makhsura. As I said about this letter, this is a weak letter and this is a sign of femininity. It is in English, it is called shortened alif. Why? Because it has one count. The tajweed students will know that whatever noun comes with alif makhsura, you will pronounce as ukhra, not ukhra. You cannot pronounce the sound here. It has only one count. So you will pronounce ukhra. And what will you pronounce this as two counts? This is a long vowel. How will you pronounce it? As-sama'u, as-sama'u. Okay. And the other, this is for feminine, and the other for male is akhara. Akhara. Whenever there is a male noun, you will use this akhara with a long mad. So I will give you an example, another example, liwaw al-haliya. So these are three examples the teacher gave. Mata abi wa ana saghirun. My father died while I was young. Wa ana saghirun. Now you will say there is no kana here. Then why are you translating as was? Mata abi, while or when I was small. You cannot say my father died when I am young. You cannot say that. So you need to understand the Arabic structure. Dakhaltu al-masjida wal imamu yarka'u. I entered the masjid while the imam was prostrating. And this fail is used as past tense, so you will be translating it into the past tense. You cannot say I entered the masjid and the imam is prostrating. No, you entered the masjid, this action has been done. It is you are talking about the past. And la ta'kul wa anta sha'ban. Don't eat when you are full. Sha'ban means when you are full, you are full stomach. لعلكم فهمتم. I hope that you all understood. فهمتم, understood. Hati. Now hati is a command for male. Hati, a command for male, and hati with a ya mukhatiba is a command for female. Hati al-ana misalan. Give me now an example. Li waw al-atf ya Ayyub. He asked an example of waw al-atf from Ayyub. So he says, ذهب إلى السوق واشتريت أشياء. I went to the souk and I bought things, many things or things. Mudarris says, أحسنت. Ahsanta means excellent. Now ahsan comes from the ahsana. Ahsana. Okay. Ahsana. The ism tafdeel structure. And ahsanta means the fail, not from ism tafdeel structure. It comes from the af'ala scale. Af'ala scale verb. Af'ala scale. So this is ahsana, means to make some like better, good, very good, excellent. Ahsana, you say hasan. Hasan means good, very good. And the root of this verb is from hasana. The root of this verb is hasana, and this is fail mazid. Why? Because hamza has been added before this ha. Ahsanta means you did very good. In English we can translate excellent, very good. Hati misalan li waw al qasam ya Muawiya. So he says, Wallahi ma ghibtu qattu. I swear. Wallahi means I swear. I was not absent ever. Ever. Qattu means ever. Al-Mudarris. Ahsanta. Excellent. Hati misalan liwa al-hali. Hal. Ya Faisal. He says, Dakhaltul masjida wal imamu yakhtub. Means I entered the masjid while Imam was giving speech. Yakhtub comes from the word khataba. Okay, it comes from the verb khataba. Khataba means to speak, the speech. Okay, khitab, to the one you are speaking to the one you are addressing. Khitab, mukhatib, all these words come from this triliteral verb khataba yakhtubu. Okay, it follows the scale of yaf'ulu. Yaf'ulu. Okay, that's why it changes to yakhtubu. Al-Mudarris. Ahsanta. Hati misalan akhara. Now you see the usage of akhara for male. Why? Because misal noun is a male noun. That's why akhara. Ya Yunus. Now this akhara can change the harakas. It can be akhara. It can be akharu. Akharu. It can be akharu. It can be akhari. Okay, because of the position in the sentence. Why did it change its haraka to fatha? Why? Because the noun before it is mansoob. So this is related with this noun. Okay, so it will follow in Arab with this noun. Ya Yunus. Yunus talabtu al-ilma wa ana kabir. Means I yearned knowledge. Talabtu, I yearned for knowledge when I was an adult, you can say. Al-Mudarris. Ahsantu. Ahsanta. Ya Ubaidullah. Why is it Ubaidullah, not Ubaidullah? Because of the harf nida. Whenever there is harf nida and an idafa name comes, the name which is in idafa structure, like Abdullah, then Abu Bakr, then what happens? It changes into mansub case. The mudaf carries a fatha, like in this case Ubaidullah, not Ubaidullah. Whenever it is with ya harf nida, it will change to mansub. This happens only with the names which are in idafa structure, not the single names. If there was a single name like Hamid, it will remain in a single dhamma. Ya Hamidu, not Ya Hamidun. Okay, because the moment harf nida is attached with names, Ya Hamidu, it becomes marifa. Okay, the moment it attaches with ya harf nida, it becomes marifa. So only single haraka, not tanween. Uzkur, this is also command from Zakara. Uzkur, mention ayatan fiha. Now, Uzkur ayatan. How did I know that this noun is in mansub case? How? Because Uzkur is a verb. Uzkur is a verb. And this is, this verb has a fail plus fa'il. Where is fa'il? Fa'il is mustatir taqdiruhu anta, because this command is for male. Okay, if it would have been a command for feminine, its structure would be ya mukhatiba uzkuri, with a ya mukhatiba uzkuri. So this has fail and file. In this case, تقديره أنت. And what comes after fail and file plus maf'ul bihi. That's why whatever came after this command is in maf'ul bihi case. Okay, the formula for jumla failure is fail plus file plus maf'ul bihi. Maf'ul bihi is extra. If you have a fail and a file, your jumla failure is complete. اذكر آية فيها واو للحال. So Ubaidullah say now, yes, now we can say Ubaidullah because there is no harf nida here. So you will say Ubaidullah without dhamma here on the dal. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This is an ayah from Quran. إن الذين كفروا وماتوا وهم كفار أولئك عليهم لعنة الله والملائكة والناس أجمعين. Means إن الذين كفروا وماتوا. Indeed, those people, addressing to those people who are in kufr, who are disbelieving, still has not accepted Islam, who are disbelieving. Wamatu. Wamatu means and died. How they died, in which situation they died. This comes from the verb mata. The verb mata. Mata means to die. And they die. In what situation did they die? While wahum kuffarun. They die in the situation when they were disbelievers. Now you see the difference in kafaru and kuffarun. What happens here? Whenever you read Quran in Arabic, it doesn't mean that you have to memorize each and every word. This is the one speciality in Arabic language. There are other languages, they don't accept, they are not flexible. To learn that language, you have to memorize each and every vocabulary. But in Arabic, it's not like that. In order to understand the language, you should know only the root verbs, root letters, and from there you can guess what these other verbs that has been derived from that root word means. So in this case, you see kafaru and kuffar. What is the difference? The verb kafara. See, the verb kafara gives yakfuru. Yakfuru. So if you know kafara, you will know the meaning of yakfuru because the same letters has been taken from the root kafaru, yakfuru. And from those verbs only ismun fa'il is made kafir. Kafir. Sorry, kafir. Okay, kafir. Kafirun. So this is ismun fa'il, the one who disbelieves, and kuffar are the plural of kafir. Plural of kafir is kuffar. Okay. So see, kuffar, even kuffar has the same root letters, kafara. So in order to understand all these words, you only need to know the root letters. So while they were disbelievers, ulaika, those are alayhim, on those people, la'anatullahi, la'ana of Allah. And la'ana word, when you hear la'ana word, it is more severe in punishment than the ghadab Allahi. Ghadab is less severe and la'na is more severe. So la'ana Allahi, whose la'na? Allah's la'na, malaika and nas. Nas, when the word nas comes, mean all people, humans, like male, female plus jinns. Ajma'in means all together. So you can see those who died disbelieving, their situation is very grief. Then the Mudarris says, Aina waw al-haliya fi hazihil ayah. Where is the waw al-hal in this ayah? Ubaidullah says في قول تعالى قول. What is قول? في قوله تعالى. قول is also verbal noun masdar, and it also comes from the verb qala. So when you know qala, you will understand what is this qaul. Qaul comes from qala, means the saying, the saying. Ta'ala wahum kuffar. So where is waw haliya? Wahum kuffar. Mudarris says ahsanta baqiya salathu daqa'iqa. Baqiya comes from baqa. Baqa is to remain. Now this is also a verb with a weak letter at the end, alif makhsura. As I said, when you make a present tense, it will change to yabqi. So can you tell me what form is this? Sorry, yabqi, huh? Ba, this is ba. Yabqi. Can you tell me what form is this? Baqiya. When present tense is past tense is baqa, and this is a present tense, then what tense is this? Baqiya. What is the structure? This is majhul. Why? How do I know this is majhul? Baqiya means the second last is having a kasra here. This shows that this is in majhul form, baqiya. So Salasu daqa'iq. 3 minutes remains. Fahal min su'alin. He says, do you have any question? Muawiyah says, Naam. Ladayya. Ladayya means I have su'alun, a question. Ma ma'ana al-hurum. Al-hurum. What is the meaning? Ma'ana means meaning of al-hurum. Fi qawlihi ta'ala. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la taqtulu. This is the ayah from Ma'idah, Surah Ma'idah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Believe. O people, believe. La taqtulu means don't kill. As-sayda. As-sayda means the hunt. It was like a game for Arabic people. They used to hunt. So the hunt, the animal they kill is called the hunt, the sayda. Wa antum hurumun. While wa antum hurumun, this is waw al-haliya. While you are in the state of ihram. Ihram. Now this also comes from harama. Harama means forbidden. And from this verb comes all these verbs. Haramun, forbidden. Muhrim, you are muhrim means you are forbidden, you are in the state of ihram. Ihram comes from the same verb. So ma'anaha muhrimun, you all are in the state of ihram. That means you are forbidden to hunt. Muawiyah, Jazakallahu khairan. Yarinnu al-jarasu. Yarinnu comes from the verb ranna, means the bell rang, the bell is ringing. And yakhruju al-mudarrisu, the teacher exited. Wahuwa yaqul, while saying, this is also waw haliya, while saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So this is the end of the lesson. Alhamdulillah.